Michael Beaver faces 5 murder charges related to a crime that occurred in his home in 2015. Among the top 10 youngest serial killers in history is Craig Price, a highly violent individual who proves that evil can manifest in unexpected places and forms, regardless of age. Brace yourself as we explore the chilling world of crime where age is no barrier to heinous acts. Number 10. Eric Smith. The case of Eric Smith, who committed a terrible murder at the age of 13, underscores the importance of offering rehabilitation and potential reintegration into society for juvenile offenders due to their developing brains and capacity for change. The shocking crime he committed sparked discussions about the complexities of juvenile criminal justice and the potential for violence during adolescence. Despite the undeniable evidence of his guilt, his young age raised questions about holding juveniles to the same standards as adults in legal proceedings. Smith's case highlights the need to consider the potential for rehabilitation and growth in young offenders, recognizing that their brains are still developing, and that given the right support and guidance, they may have the capacity to change and reintegrate into society after serving an appropriate sentence. Number 9. Craig Price. Craig Price, also known as the Warwick Slasher, is a convicted serial criminal who gained notoriety for committing chilling crimes in Warwick, Rhode Island during the late 1980s. Born on October 11, 1973, Price displayed violent tendencies from an early age, engaging in animal cruelty and aggressive behavior. At just 13 years old in 1987, he embarked on a spree of brutal assaults, including the murder of a 27-year-old woman while she was jogging, and later a neighborhood couple and their 2 daughters. Price was arrested in 1989 after a witness came forward, and he confessed to the crimes. His young age at the time of the crimes sparked debates about juvenile violence and the criminal justice system's response. Initially convicted as a juvenile, he was later resentenced to a lengthy prison term due to his violent behavior behind bars, raising doubts about the possibility of his eventual release. As of now, Craig Price remains incarcerated in a Rhode Island prison, serving the punishment for his heinous crimes. Number 8. Michael Hernandez. Michael Hernandez, born in February 1988 in Miami, Florida, appeared to be a bright and well-behaved child with exceptional academic abilities, but underlying issues led to a horrific crime in 2004. At the age of 14, he lured his classmate Jamie Goff into a bathroom stall at Southwood Middle School in Miami and brutally assaulted and killed him with a knife. Hernandez's fascination with serial criminals and disturbing journal entries may have contributed to his heinous act. He was tried as an adult and sentenced to life in prison without parole, sparking debates about the punishment for juvenile offenders. Despite several unsuccessful appeals, Hernandez passed away behind bars in 2021, highlighting the tragic consequences of untreated mental health issues and exposure to violent media. Number 7. James Fairweather. James Fairweather, also known as the Colchester Killer, was born in 1999 and became one of the youngest convicted serial criminals in the United Kingdom. Between March and June 2014, at the age of 15, he embarked on a gruesome spree of crimes, brutally taking the lives of 2 innocent individuals in Colchester, Essex. His first victim was James Atfield, a 33-year-old man with brain damage, whom Fairweather attacked with a knife over 100 times in a town park. The following morning, Atfield's lifeless body was discovered, sending shockwaves through the community. 2 months later, Fairweather struck again, assaulting and fatally stabbing 31-year-old Saudi Arabian student Nagid Al-Mania as she walked to the University of Essex. His arrest came after he made chilling boasts and threats to a friend, who bravely reported them to the authorities. During police questioning, Fairweather confessed to his crimes, stating that he heard voices instructing him to make a sacrifice. In 2015, he was convicted on 2 counts and sentenced to 27 years in prison, acknowledging the severity of his actions and the significant risk he posed to the public. His crimes serve as a haunting reminder of the potential for evil in seemingly unassuming individuals and the importance of vigilance, empathy, and preventive measures to ensure community safety and well-being. Number 6. Edmund Kemper. Edmund Kemper, also known as the Co-Ed Killer, is an infamous American serial criminal who committed a series of horrific crimes in the 1970s. Born in 1948 in Burbank, California, Kemper exhibited disturbing behavior from a young age, particularly towards his mother, whom he deeply resented. His violent fantasies and cruelty to animals raised warning signs of future violent tendencies. At the age of 15, he murdered his grandparents and was later released from a mental institution in 1969. Despite concerns about his potential for violence, Kemper went on to commit brutal crimes in the early 1970s, targeting primarily young women. His crime spree earned him the moniker co-ed killer, as he would pick up hitchhiking college students, bring them to secluded locations, and then strangle and dismember them. In 1973, Kemper escalated his violence by killing his mother and her friend, engaging in horrifying acts with her body before turning himself in to the police. He was found guilty of 8 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Despite his heinous crimes, Kemper's high intelligence and articulate nature have made him an intriguing subject for researchers and psychologists, offering insights into the minds of serial criminals and contributing to our understanding of their motivations. Number 5. Alyssa Bustamante. Alyssa Bustamante, a Missouri native, shocked the nation in 2009 when, at the age of 15, she brutally assaulted and murdered her 9-year-old neighbor, Elizabeth Olton. Her troubled past, marked by neglect, abuse, depression, and self-harm, came to the forefront during the trial. Her fascination with death and violence, evident in her writings and drawings, further disturbed the public. The case ignited a heated national debate on the appropriate punishment for juvenile offenders, with some advocating for leniency and rehabilitation, while others insisted on a harsher penalty. In 2012, she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and armed criminal action, receiving a life sentence with conditional release in 2024. Bustamante's case underscored the urgent need for early intervention, mental health support, and accessible resources to address underlying issues in troubled youth. Number 4. T.J. Lane. T.J. Lane, whose full name is Thomas T.J. Michael Lane II, became infamous for committing a deadly school shooting at Charlton High School in Ohio on February 27, 2012, when he was just 17 years old. Armed with a .22 caliber handgun, Lane opened fire in the school cafeteria, tragically killing 3 students, namely Daniel Palmerter, Demetrius Houlihan, and Russell King Jr., and injuring 3 others. The incident left the Charlton community and the entire nation in shock and mourning. The motive behind the attack has been a subject of debate, with some reports suggesting that Lane was driven by personal grievances, while others pointed to potential mental health issues that might have played a role in his actions. Throughout the trial, Lane showed little remorse and even made inappropriate gestures, further adding to the pain and grief experienced by the victims' families and the affected community. In March 2013, T.J. Lane was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for his heinous crimes. The tragic incident sparked national discussions on issues such as gun control, school safety, and the need for improved mental health support for troubled youth. The shooting underscored the importance of addressing these pressing concerns to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In the aftermath of the shooting, the victims' families and the Charlton community showed immense resilience and unity in their commitment to healing. They rallied together to support one another, seeking solace and comfort during the difficult process of coping with enduring grief and trauma. The Charlton High School shooting serves as a haunting reminder of the devastating impact of gun violence and the urgent need for comprehensive efforts to address its root causes. It also highlights the importance of recognizing and supporting struggling individuals who may be dealing with mental health issues and preventing them from resorting to violence. The lasting effects of this tragedy continue to influence discussions and efforts to improve school safety and mental health support across the nation. Number 3. Brenda Spencer. Brenda Ann Spencer became forever associated with a tragic event that occurred on January 29, 1979, when, at the age of 16, she carried out a horrific shooting at Grover Cleveland Elementary School in San Diego, California. Armed with a .22 caliber rifle, she opened fire on innocent students and staff, resulting in the deaths of 2 individuals and injuries to 9 others. The chilling response she gave for her motive, "I don't like Mondays," shocked and perplexed many, leaving them searching for answers to comprehend such senseless violence. Reports on Brenda Ann Spencer's life reveal a troubled upbringing marked by various issues. She showed a fascination with firearms and had a history of violent tendencies and depression. Her emotional and psychological struggles were evident, raising concerns about the importance of addressing mental health concerns in young individuals. After the tragic incident, Brenda Ann Spencer was found guilty of multiple crimes and faced the consequences of her actions. She was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison, serving as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of violent acts and the urgency of addressing mental health concerns and implementing effective gun control measures to prevent such tragedies in the future. The Grover Cleveland Elementary School shooting remains a haunting reminder of the need for a comprehensive approach dealing with mental health issues and ensuring the safety of our communities. Number 2. Beaver Brothers and Michael Beaver. In 2015, the Beaver Brothers orchestrated a horrific and tragic attack on their own family members in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, resulting in the deaths of their parents, David and April Beaver, and 2 siblings, Daniel and Victoria Beaver. Armed with knives and a hatchet, they launched a brutal assault, leaving their other 2 siblings severely injured but alive. The motive behind the heinous act remained unclear, but reports suggested a shared fascination with violence. During the interrogation, Michael Beaver disclosed disturbing details about the planned and merciless attack, revealing a sequence of events that led to the deaths of their family members. Both brothers were charged with multiple crimes and tried as adults. Robert Beaver pleaded guilty and received multiple life sentences without parole, while Michael Beaver was found guilty at trial and also sentenced to multiple life sentences without the possibility of parole. Number 1. Nathaniel Brazill. Nathaniel Brazill gained notoriety for a tragic and highly publicized crime he committed at the age of 13 in Lake Worth, Florida, in 2000. He brought a stolen handgun to his middle school and fatally shot his English teacher, Barry Grunow, during a confrontation. The incident sparked national attention and raised questions about gun control, school safety, and media influence on young individuals' behavior. Although Brazill's defense argued the shooting was accidental, he was found guilty of second-degree murder and aggravated assault with a firearm, receiving a 28-year sentence with parole eligibility after 25 years. While in prison, Brazill completed his general educational development program and became a certified paralegal. He is currently serving his sentence at the Jackson Correctional Institution and is set to be released on May 18, 2028, amid ongoing debates about his case. Thank you for joining us as we delved into the chilling world of history's youngest serial killers. It's important to remember that these cases serve as a grim reminder of the dark side of humanity and the need for early intervention and support for troubled individuals. Our hope is that by shedding light on these disturbing stories, we can collectively work towards preventing such tragedies in the future. Subscribe to our channel for more content like this.